Thai food in Las Vegas can be some of the best you've ever had, or some of the most disappointing, sometimes within the same four walls. After eating at 6 of the most talked about Thai spots in the city, something's not right. It's not always the quality, it's the consistency. I'm a chef and former restaurant owner, and I don't hand out praise lightly. So today, we're putting that to the test. I think you'll find this video's full of surprises. Welcome to Let's Eat Vegas, your guide to the good, the bad, and the delicious. So let's start with a place everyone thinks they know. We begin with Weera Thai 2. If I skipped this place on a Vegas Thai roundup, I'd get tarred and feathered in the comments. And honestly, it would be deserved. This place has been a local favorite for over 6 years, serving up bold, crowd-pleasing dishes in a hip, energetic space. Lately, though, there have been hits, but also a few bumps in the road worth discussing. This is one of the newer dishes, and if you love pork belly as I do, don't skip it. This is not one of the aforementioned bumps in the road. Thick, meaty strips with a deep sear and just enough crisp on the edges, plus that crispy, crackling-like skin that gives you that perfect crunch on the first bite. The flavor is rich and savory without ever getting gamey, and it's seasoned right to the brink. Coarse black pepper, sea salt, all working together. It comes with a Thai tamarind and spicy fish sauce for dipping, which is solid. But here's my suggestion. Ask for the waterfall sauce on the side for just $1 extra. Keep in mind, they don't give you much for free here. If you're a dipper, this takes it to another level. Bold, punchy, and built for it.
You had me at bacon.
Crack the fried egg on top and let that golden yolk spill onto the kapow. This is classic Thai street food. Fast, fiery, built around holy basil, garlic, and chili hitting a screaming hot wok. It should be bold, punchy, and just a little aggressive. Here you get your choice of ground meat with bell peppers and onions and a house chili sauce. We chose chicken. But today, it just didn't show up. I ordered a level 3 spice. This is barely a 1. No heat, no kick. It's also missing that basil punch and fish sauce backbone, the salty, savory note that gives kapow its identity. Without that, it eats flat. And as I always say, if you don't like what you're served, always let them know. As a former restaurant owner, I can assure you most places want their guests to leave satisfied. Anyway, I've eaten here many times, and this dish is usually dialed in. Today, it just wasn't. All right, here's where things get a little dicey. This used to come with white meat chicken. Clean, tender strips, cooked just right. I loved it. But on a recent visit, they switched to thigh meat, and it didn't work for me. Too sinewy, a little chewy, threw off the whole dish. So today, I ordered it with pork instead. Just like that, we're back on track. This is a trio of curries layered into one dish. You get a gentle heat, but it leans rich and creamy from the coconut milk. Potatoes, onions, bamboo shoots, carrots, and both red and green peppers round it out. Deep, comforting, and just a little indulgent. Great dish, just skip the chicken if they continue with the thigh meat. When Weera Thai is on, it still delivers that bold, punchy flavor locals fell in love with. But with my last several visits, well, it's been a little uneven. There are many hits, some misses, and a few dishes that just aren't landing the way they should. It's one of my favorite spots, but I'm not here to hand out free passes. So if a place like this, a proven local favorite, can feel a little uneven, what does consistency actually look like? If you think our channel's consistent, subscribe. Because on YouTube, about 60% of people watching any video aren't. And that's what keeps us going this deep. In Las Vegas, the name Weera and Thai food are synonymous. This is a place that's built its reputation over time. I've been eating here for years, and it's never failed me. Always fresh, flavorful, and done right. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. No guessing, no excuses, just execution. I've always loved the duck dishes here. They understand how to handle it. Duck can be unforgiving. Get it wrong, and you get that off gamey flavor that turns people away. You get it right, and it's one of the best proteins out there. And here, they get it right. The duck is roasted fresh daily, not sitting around, not picking up that off flavor. The skin is beautifully crisp, almost like crackling, while the meat underneath stays tender, moist, and deeply flavorful. And the seasoning goes all the way through. You can taste the Thai aromatics in every bite. And then the basil. For me, it's almost an addiction. I grow it at home and use it in almost everything. It's one of my favorite flavors, and Thai cuisine employs it as well as anyone. This dish leans into that. You got basil, kaffir lime, a hint of lemongrass, all brought together in a beautifully balanced sauce. Honestly, this is a masterclass in flavor. You can order duck a lot of different ways here, but this is one of my favorite preparations anywhere. Well, if you like whole fish, but don't love the mess, this is a smart way to do it. The pompano is lightly battered and fried to a shatteringly crisp texture, and somehow, even fully submerged in the fryer, comes out clean. No grease, no heaviness, just crisp, delicate fish. What I really like here is the execution. Instead of making you fight through the fish, it's been thoughtfully filleted, cut into bite-sized pieces, and then served right on top of the frame. All the flavor, none of the struggle. And the sauce, bright, sweet, and tangy with pineapple, peppers, and onions adding texture and balance. It brings everything together without overwhelming the fish. This is a great dish to share and very cleverly presented. Who knew whole fish could be this easy? I'll be back for more. Do you love crispy pork belly? Let me know in the comments, because if you do, this is a dish you'll want to try. The pork here is straightforward, and that's a good thing. Ultra crispy skin with that light crackly texture that snaps when you bite into it, but still eats clean. Underneath, the meat is rich and flavorful, exactly what you want from pork belly. And it's that contrast, crisp exterior, tender interior, that makes this so satisfying. And the Chinese broccoli, well, far from an afterthought. Boldly seasoned, loaded with garlic, soy, and full of flavor, this is a simple dish done right, and it delivers. Pad Thai. Is there any more recognizable Thai noodle dish? No. But oddly, also one of the easiest to get wrong. Overcooked noodles, too much sugar, complete lack of balance. That's where most renditions fall apart. So how is it here? Well, they get it right. You can taste the balance. Tamarind, fish sauce, palm sugar, lime, all working together to create that signature sweet, savory, slightly tangy profile. Nothing overpowering, everything in sync. The noodles are cooked properly, not mushy, not dry, just the right texture to carry the sauce. The shrimp are clean and well cooked, and the whole dish comes together the way it should. Add a sprinkle of chopped peanuts and a squeeze of lime on top, and you're in Pad Thai nirvana. Simple, balanced, and done with confidence. This is some of the best Pad Thai in all of Vegas. So now we've seen what delectable reliability looks like. With a well-known place, you kind of expect it. But what about the places people don't talk about as much? Because sometimes that's where things can get interesting. I've heard about Lucky Thai Bistro for years, a quiet, hole-in-the-wall locals swear by. So I sit down and ask what to order, and that's where things take a turn. Instead of Thai staples, the server names mostly Chinese dishes. Not a great sign. Then I ask about the green curry, and he tells me don't get it. That's an even bigger red flag. He says the only curry he stands behind is the yellow, rich, coconut heavy, his favorite. Now I'm thinking, how does a Thai restaurant steer you away from one of its iconic dishes? We started with one of their talked about dishes, and right away, you can tell it's fresh. That sweet, salty balance is there, good chew, clean flavor. The peanut sauce is nothing to write home about. All in all, not bad, just not memorable. Big portion, and it looks great. Those shredded beets really pop. This is one of my favorite Thai dishes, but here it falls short. The crispy rice tastes stale, and the pork lacks that fresh bite. Mint and basil bring some freshness, peanuts add a little backbone, but it's not enough to save it. But overall, it's missing that final lift. It needs more aromatics, more lemongrass, and especially more acid. So this is the one, the only curry our server stands behind. And if it's going to be the recommended pick, it really needs to deliver. First check, the chicken, white breast meat, good start. I asked for medium heat, and it's medium heat. But here's the rub. One bite, and the sweetness creeps in like an underage teen with a fake ID at a nightclub. It overpowers your senses and leans into dessert territory. The chicken is tender, fresh, no real flaws with the protein. But this was supposed to be the one. And at its best, it's just, in my opinion, barely edible. I've certainly had worse, but not something I'd recommend or come back for. So where does this leave Lucky Thai Bistro? It's a place that fell short of my expectations on many levels. You can see the effort. Some dishes are clearly made fresh, and at moments, it shows potential. But overall, it was off in the flavor department. I found it imbalanced, timid, and apologetic. At this point, I needed a reset. Because if this is what people are recommending, well, something's not adding up. But then I remembered another name I've been hearing over and over. Pan Asian, a complete unknown, but a spot locals and Yelpers swear by. So, can it carry the locals' torch? Let's find out. I've had a lot of tom yum. It's one of Thailand's most iconic soups. Hot, sour, and it's all about the balance. And this version, it's phenomenal. I almost didn't order it. A bowl of it had just come out to the woman at the next table, and it didn't appear as I'm used to seeing it. But a review I saw called it the best ever. And then the woman next to me took a spoonful, paused, and the look on her face, she clearly thought this was something special. So I took the chance. On the first sip, it's bright, balanced aromatics, lemongrass, basil, cilantro, nothing overpowering the others. Clean, vibrant, done right. What a great start. When a dish is this good, well, you've got my attention. So I asked the chef what I should order, and without hesitation, the ribeye with my Penang curry. And you could tell he meant it. Grass-fed, grass-finished, halal beef, serious quality. Now Penang, when it's done right, is a balancing act. Rich, slightly sweet, a little heat, deeply aromatic. And this one nails it. The name's misleading. Your only fear of intoxication is due to abundant joy. It's all about bold aroma, rich, spicy, and satisfying, and when it's done right, it's outstanding. This has always been one of my go-to dishes, and here, yet again, they deliver. Wide rice noodles stir-fried in a savory, slightly sweet sauce with that intense wok you only get from high heat. Bell peppers, onions, tomatoes, Thai basil, layers of flavor and freshness. Then tender slices of well-charred steak bring it all together. Bold, balanced, and incredibly satisfying, finished with toasted garlic right to the edge of perfection. This was just an outstanding dish. I'm always surprised when my favorite dish turns out to be a salad. But that's exactly what happened here. And this isn't your typical salad. It's packed with classic Thai aromatics, bright herbs that keep it light but full of flavor. The lemongrass dressing is outstanding. Fresh, vibrant, perfectly balanced. You can taste the layers. Cilantro, kaffir lime, fish sauce, all working together. The ground chicken is light, tender, and absorbs everything. Underneath, you've got fresh greens, onions, tomatoes, and carrots for crunch. Every bite feels alive. I highly recommend this. So now we've seen a surprise, a local's recommended spot that over-delivers. As a former restaurant owner, I love to see this. Pan Asian, maybe an out-of-the-way, off-strip place, but it's a gem well worth seeking out. So Pan Asian raises the bar, but now we're visiting a very different kind of kitchen at Crock Thai Food in the heart of our incredible Chinatown. From the very first dish, you can feel the control. No shortcuts, no guesswork, just execution. The kitchen is led by Chef TK, a collaborator in Michelin-starred kitchens, and you can feel that influence right away. This is a chef cooking at a very high level, and right away, you start to get a sense of the experience you're in for. These massive dino ribs have been showing up more lately, and when they're done right, they're something special. This portion can easily satisfy 2 people. The cut comes from the plate section of the cow, and when handled properly, it delivers some of the most tender, flavorful beef you can get. Here, they take it even further. At tableside, out comes a torch to dial in the final crust of the ribs and lightly glaze the avocado. It's dinner and a show. But this isn't just for effect, because the real star is underneath, the Penang curry. This is as good as it gets. Balanced, layered, deeply aromatic, nothing too sweet, nothing too heavy, just clean, vibrant flavor built the right way. You can taste the control. This is chef-level curry, and it might be the best Penang I've had in Vegas. I'll be honest, I'm usually cautious with curry. Too many places lean sweet and lose the balance. So I asked the server, and she didn't hesitate. "Get the green curry," she said. Well, that got my attention right away. And this is what green curry should be. Bright, layered, and precise. You can taste everything. Basil, kaffir lime, lemongrass, galangal, each element working together without stepping on the other. The pork is fresh, vegetables are cooked right, and the sauce holds it all together. This is a benchmark dish. Just to show you the range, they run a full lineup of lunch specials starting at $11, with most dishes right at $15. And it's not stripped down. You're getting Thai iced tea, a ginger salad, and an egg roll included. That's real value. And the pad Thai? Well, this is how it's supposed to be done. Balanced, clean, nothing overpowering. The noodles are cooked properly, the sauce hits every note. Sweet, savory, just enough acidity to keep it honest. More importantly, it's consistent. And at this price point, that's impressive. Well, anyway, this is top-notch pad Thai. We finished up with a dish built for the crab lover, or 3. Huge portions of fresh shelled crab piled over well-executed fried rice. But what takes it over the top is the sauce. They give it to you on the side, and don't ignore it. It's liquid gold. Cilantro, lime, Thai herbs. You'll find yourself chasing every last drop in that ramekin. And you should. I order this at every Thai restaurant whenever I can. It's typically only available when mango is in season. Here, it's a standout. Not overly sweet, not heavy. The coconut sauce is silky, the rice is properly seasoned, and the ripe mango brings everything together. A simple dish, but when it's done right, it's hard to beat. This is one you won't want to skip. When you step back and look at this place, this is what high-end Thai food in Las Vegas looks like. You've got value, you've got range, and across the board, execution. And after some of the inconsistency we've seen, that really stands out. Because now we know it's not that Vegas Thai food can't be great, it's that not everyone is doing it at Croc's level. Which brings us to our final location. What about a place with an unparalleled reputation? For years, Lotus of Siam has been the gold standard for Thai food in Las Vegas. The name carries weight. Packed dining rooms, reservations required, a bucket lister if ever there was one. And when a place builds that kind of reputation, it sets the bar for everything else. So the question isn't just, is this good? It's, is this still the standard? Because after what we've seen at Croc and Weera Thai, we know what the high end looks like. This is their signature dish. You'll see it on almost every table. And at its peak, this was unforgettable. A full garlic punch that stayed with you. But now they've pulled it back. The garlic isn't leading anymore. And without that, it loses what made it special. What used to be a 10 now feels more like a 7. Still good, but for a dish with this reputation, a bit of a disappointment. Nem Khao Tad has been one of my favorite Thai dishes for years. When it's right, it's crunchy, bright, layered, just a little funky. Here, the seasoning is solid, but the portion feels small, and more importantly, it's missing the fresh herbal lift that brings it to life. You're supposed to get proper lettuce or cabbage. Today, just tight pieces of the cabbage core. It works, but it doesn't excite. This is a rare dish these days. Crispy, sweet, sour, almost like a crunchy pad thai. And for years, this was one of the only places in Vegas you could find it. Here, it's still good, but it leans too sweet. It needs acid. A squeeze of lime would wake the whole thing up. The texture is right, but the balance is not. I asked for something unique, and our server recommended this dry take on tom yum. It has the usual ingredients: lemongrass, kaffir lime, basil, chili, and it's definitely a unique dish. The noodles are excellent, the flavor is there, and they got the dry part correct. But dry shouldn't mean lifeless. It needs a little moisture to bring it together. That said, this was my dish of the day, because once I added fish sauce and chilies, it came alive. So where does that leave Lotus of Siam? Well, it's still good, but it was once great. And that matters, because this is the place that set the standard. And right now, it's not quite hitting that mark. So there you have it, some surprising results. There's Weera Thai, well known with a great reputation, and it lives up to it, top tier. Croc might not be as well known yet, but it will be, also top tier. Pan Asian, locals pointed us here, and it over-delivered. La Thai, well known, very good dishes, a few hiccups though. Lucky Thai, locals recommended it, but it just didn't deliver. And then Lotus of Siam, the most famous of the bunch, but the luster is gone. Vegas has great Thai food, no question. So the real issue is, are you going to the right places or just the famous ones? Well, hopefully this video helps you decide. We'll be back to most of these spots soon. Who knows, maybe you'll see us there. And when you go, don't forget to tell them, Let's Eat Vegas sent you. So now you've seen the Thai scene, but what about the best buffets? Click right here. And if you want to keep exploring Vegas with us, check out this next video. If you enjoyed this video, liking, subscribing, or commenting helps us bring you more reviews. Until we eat again, bon appetit.